So today's disaster is a court of thorns and roses. Which is basically what happens when Beauty and the Beast crashes into the Hunger Games, sprinkles in a little fairy politics, and then everyone collectively decides that communication is optional. Our main character is Feyre, a 19-year-old girl whose resume currently says professional hunter, unpaid family provider, and full-time babysitter for people who somehow forgot they also have hands. She lives in a tiny cottage with her dad, who's emotionally buffering, one sister who's permanently acting like she's too good to touch a broom, and another sister who's so optimistic I'm honestly convinced she thinks groceries spawn naturally in the forest. So naturally, guess who's responsible for feeding everyone? Yep, miss, if I don't hunt, we literally starve. One freezing day, she spots a deer and thinks, finally, dinner.
Yeah, boy.
Unfortunately, there's also a suspiciously enormous wolf stalking it. And I mean movie poster-sized wolf. At this point, every survival instinct should be screaming, girl, that's probably magic. And to Feyre's credit, she actually realizes that, then immediately ignores the danger anyway. Because if there's one recurring theme in this story, it's this. Every time someone tells Feyre, maybe don't do that, she immediately does that. And then an immortal fairy has to get involved. Remember that. It'll happen a lot. She shoots the wolf, drags the deer home, and for approximately 12 minutes, life is great because, congratulations, nobody is starving tonight. Then someone knocks on the door. Except it isn't someone. It's what happens when a lion, a wolf, and a medieval tax collector merge into one giant, angry creature. The beast basically says, hey, remember that wolf? Yeah, that wasn't a wolf. Oops, turns out it was a fairy named Andras wearing magical camouflage, because apparently fairies have the same hobbies as undercover cops. Now Feyre has exactly two choices. Option 1, die. Option 2, come live in fairyland forever. And her family's reaction is basically,
Good.
Kanpai!
not a single dramatic rescue attempt, not even a we'll miss you, just emotional express shipping. So off she goes to Prythian, expecting torture, slavery, or at the very least a really uncomfortable dungeon. Instead, she gets a mansion, servants, gardens, unlimited food. At this point, I'd also be a little confused about the kidnapping policy. And that's when the giant beast transforms into a ridiculously attractive fairy lord. Because of course he does. This is fantasy romance. Nobody stays ugly for longer than one chapter. He introduces himself as Tamlin, High Lord of the Spring Court. I'm calling him Mr. Spring Allergies because every flower within a 5-mile radius seems emotionally attached to this man. Everything should be perfect. Except everyone in the house is wearing masks. Permanent masks. Not decorative masks. Not masquerade masks. Literal, magical, can't take it off masks. Which is a level of commitment even Batman would find excessive. Tamlin keeps saying everything is fine. Lucien, the sarcastic, fox-looking best friend, is clearly thinking nothing is fine. The servants are pretending nothing is wrong. And Feyre somehow looks at this haunted Disney castle and goes, yeah, seems normal. Honestly, her survival instincts deserve an unpaid vacation.